Welcome, race fans. Today here at pitlanes.com, Euro V8s. They'll be running here tonight at Imola. This is just the first race of two, the 30-minute race, and then we'll be moving. There'll be a short intermission. We'll be moving over to the other server for the 60-minute main event. So thanks for joining us here today. We appreciate it very much. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like the video. Please give it a thumbs up. All right, we're less than a minute away from qualifying, folks, and we'll be ready to hit the green flag here in just a couple of minutes. So stay with us. Don't go anywhere. All right, we're going to step away and play our national anthem. I'll be right back, folks.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, qualifying is underway, folks, and we're on it here with everybody taking their very first lap here. It is 3.05 miles around this track. Just to let you know, they will be able to make the whole race without this 30-minute race, without a pit stop. They'll be running 75% fuel. Trying to keep a little bit of the weight in the car. Don't want to make it too light and make it harder to handle. So now the 60-minute race coming up right after this. They'll only be using 50% fuel, but they will have to stop at least once. Some drivers may try to stay out there and save a little fuel and make it a one pit stop, which we've seen a couple weeks ago here. That's what a couple of them did try, and it worked. So we may see that again here today, but most of the drivers will stop probably at least 2 times. But we're underway here with qualifying, and we'll be back here in just a minute. Stay with us, folks. All right, about 1 minute left in qualifying here, folks. Like Tony Klusterman is going to grab the pole here so far. And not by just a little bit either, but by almost a full second. That's quite a bit. Alright, that looks like that's going to wrap up qualifying here. They do have to finish this part here, be another couple of minutes. But again, thank you for joining us here today on MaxSpeedTV. You're watching the PitLanes.com Euro V8s here, supercars. They'll be turning pretty good laps here. The Ford Falcon and the Holden out here today. And dominating. We got championships. Stefan Spantig actually leads the overall championship, but on the let's see, Team Hokies leading the team battle, and with Dan Lesson and John Edwards, they're leading the team championship. Clyde Whiting leads the Ford championship, and Stefan Spantig leads the Holden championship. So pretty cool. Club championship is held up by the UK and not sure what the I is, and Clyde Whiting is currently the cleanest driver based on incidents per corner. So that's actually a pretty good title to hold in a V8 supercar on a road course. That's a pretty good title to hold, I gotta say. So congrats on that one, Clyde. All right, about a minute left here. Wrap things up in qualifying. Give you a rundown where everybody will be starting here. All right, let's get down here on the grid, folks, where everybody will be starting. Starting on the pole, Tony Klusterman with a 1 minute 43.661 second lap. Congratulations to him from Canada. John Manley will be starting in second place. Vince Solomon third. John Edwards fourth. Craig Barson in fifth place. Dave Jansen starting in sixth. Doman Ganter is starting in seventh. Steven Spantig, champion, leading the championship points right now, will be starting in eighth place. Dan Lesson in ninth. Gene Busselin in 10th place. Victor Morgan in 11th. Peter Bingham starting 12th. Mark Jones starting 13th. Michael Helscher in 14th. Claude Belleville, I guess it is, He will be starting 15th. A few new names in here, so I'm struggling a little bit. Richard Brightwell in 16th. Clyde Whiting will start 17th. Bill Schweitzer in 18th. Ronald Moon start 19th. Ben Galit 20th. And Robert Lundgren 22nd. That's the last one on. I'm not in the race. Well, let's get back here. Tony Kloosterman starting on the pole. Get this all sorted out. Just give me a minute. Tony Kloosterman. We're just about ready to get the green light here, folks. Here they go. Revving up the engines and ready to rock and roll. There they go. Green flag is out, folks. Everybody smoked the tires on that one to get started. What a pack of cars, I'm telling you. Into turn one. Tony Kloosterman does a great job. The car gets a little wiggly on him there. Out of two, but got these new tires on these cars, and you got to give them a lap or two to get a little bit of heat build up in them, and then they'll start sticking pretty good. Don Edwards off in the kitty litter. No, and he's into the wall. Well, that just let the whole field get by. Dan Lenson in the Pokemon car will take over 6th place. Oh, tough break for John Edwards. Already stretching it out. Vic Solomon, 2nd place. Kind of the favorite here to win today, from what I'm understanding. We've seen Tony get out there 2 weeks ago here in the race and had some trouble and hit the wall. Got a lot of damage in the 2nd round in the 60-minute race, and Vitt went on to win it. But Tony grabbed the win on the first race, the first 30-minute race. So he's already trying to stretch that lead out. John Manley staying right with Vitt Solomon. Cars are really getting spread out now. Dan Lenson. Always follow along with him. Steven Spantic in the points lead for the overall championship. Did pick up 1 position there after John Edwards spun. Let's I don't know if we can get an eye on John. He's coming to pit road. He's going to get that looked at. It's got some pretty good damage on that left front corner where he got into the wall. Victor Morgan. Boy, this is a pretty good battle here going on between these three. Gene Boosland. Running in the 8th place. Mark Jones, 10th. Runs out the top 10. Peter Bingham in 11th. Clyde Whiting a little ways behind in 12th place. Up for the award of the cleanest driver so far in the season, with having the fewest amount of incidents per corner, and that's what really makes for a safe driver. You can not go off track or get into something or someone, and has the fewest amount of incidents per corner. So congrats to Clyde for grabbing that. That's an awesome trophy. If I'd won a trophy, that would be one I'd want right there, being driver. That really shows the skill that a person has if you can go the fewest amount of incidents per corner. That's great job, Clyde. Richard Brightwell. in 13th. Hilscher in 14th. And Ben Galit. I see Ben there in the Discord car. Discord on the car there is the sponsor. Robert Lundgren, all the way back in 16th, is now 25.8 seconds behind the leader at the moment. And Klusterman is just pulling away with a 4.5 second lead over Vet Solomon. He's out there in no man's land. Vet says, man, why can't I catch you? And you can't say it's not for lack of trying, because Vet's doing everything he can. Is doing everything he can, I'm telling you. Like I said, he is kind of favored to win today, but Klosterman might have a different look on that one. I'd say, Klosterman won the 30-minute one 2 weeks ago, and Vet Solomon won the 60-minute one. They get that weird shadow thing right there on that front stretch. That is kind of weird. Blinking going on there. Doman Ganter. Central Eastern Europe. In 5th position. 6 car. This is a good battle between all of these guys right here. This is a pretty tight group. Dan Lenson, another favor to win right there, because Dan is a hard charger. We've seen him usually up just a tick closer to the front, but he didn't have quite the qualifying time that I think he was hoping for today. After starting in 9th, but he still has picked up 3 positions out there, so he's on the move toward the front. No cautions here, folks. Local cautions only. Good driving. Stefan Spantic, our points leader right now in the championship, is in 7th place. Blackadder car looking good out there today. He's really giving old Dan Lenson a once over on that bumper. In the grass goes the points championship leader, I should say, point champion leader. Good save though, didn't get into anything, but that was a pretty close call right there by him. Now Dan Lenson right along here with Dan for a minute, because he is trying to get a run on Craig Parson. That looks like a pretty good battle. Clyde Whiting goes into 11th. He got around Richard Brightwell. Picks up 1 spot. Actually coming from 17th. I didn't say 1 spot. He's actually picked up 6. Good job. This is another group of cars back here that are battling too. Hilscher, Ben Galit, Fleet is really putting the pressure to Hilscher right now. Hoping Hilscher will make a mistake so he can get by him. The same with Peter Bingham. Bingham having a good run here today. It's running about 30 seconds behind the leader. That's not that bad, really, folks, at all. Not that bad on a road course like this here, but 30 seconds back with 20 minutes to go left in the race here, folks. And Kloosterman with a 8.8 second lead. That's crazy. He's like an alien out there. He's checked out on the field, no doubt. Kind of makes you wonder if we'll see him maybe kind of back out of it a little bit. But here comes Vitt Solomon and John Manley, as have been staying pretty close to one another. Uh-oh. Boostlin. Let's go see what happened to Boostlin here. Something seriously happened to his car. Oh, big spin, big spin. He lost a... Oh, and another spin. That's what happened to Gene Boostlin. And boy, look at the cars that went by him on that. Man, he lost a ton of positions on that. He does have damage already. Wow. Victor Morgan, 7th place now. Mark Jones in 8th. Mantic moving up to 9th. Actually is 9th, I should say. Lenson takes over 5th. Did get around Craig Parson. Top 5 here so far in the day. Yeah, like me in a track like this would be, man, I'd be tickled to death to have a top 5. That would be really awesome. 20 drivers out there on the track, and if I could get a top 5, man, I'd be, wow. I'd be beside myself. It would not act. We got another one, Spantic, going back even further. Another slip here. Let's see what happened to Spantic. Got off in the candy letter again, or what happened here? I didn't see anything happen. I wonder how come it showed that he lost so many positions, but... Alright, well. Looking at the big picture right now, it's what you got to do to win a championship. Just keep your car clean and keep it safe the rest of the race here. But back in 14th after starting 8th. That's not good. Second place, Vitt Solomon now 11.7 seconds behind Tony Kloosterman. Tony out there stinking up the show. He ain't going to get much camera time. Let's give him a little, okay? We don't want him to get mad. You don't get no camera time, so we'll give him some. Just kidding you, Tony. He's definitely in another like I don't know what you'd want to call another class of drivers or something here. Definitely putting on one heck of a show out here in the front. Now 13.5 seconds back to John Manley. as Manley got around Vet Solomon. Man, we did not see that pass. I don't know if we can go back. Let's see if we can go back here a little bit. Maybe we can catch a glimpse of this pass right here. Looks like Vic got way off. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Might have been a little bump and run going on in that one. Going into the turn here. These two got really close together. Looks like Vic had to pretty much let him go. Oh, right there, a little bump in the side or awful close to it. And that's exactly how Manley got by Vic Solomon. So now Vic gets back by Manley. Says, wait a minute, maybe I made a mistake or something here, but doggone it, you don't need to pass me like that. And he passed him right back, so good job. Good racing between those two. And John Edwards has taken his car behind the wall. Done for the day. Not in TeamSpeak, so I can't talk to him. I can't talk to him on the track because he's left, so... And I don't really want to do that because I don't want to bother the drivers. Ganter, 4th place. Linson, 5th. Greg Barson in 6th. Victor Morgan, 7th. Mark Jones, 8th. Michael Hilscher, 9th. Clyde Whiting up to the top 10. He said he wasn't very good here. Might have been a little fibbing going on around that Clyde Whiting camp there. Said he wasn't very good here? Come on. Clyde coming from 17th up to 10th. I don't think anybody else has done anything like that. That's definitely what you classify as the biggest mover of the race here. And Galit's been staying right there with them, though. Antic back into 12th. Oh, Bingham off the track, and he still hasn't gotten it straight. Now he does. What a save. Save, Peter. Dave Lanson, I'm sorry, Dave Jansen. I get them two confused. I'm sorry. Dave Jansen back here in 15th position after having a 6th place starting position. Wow, that's a big drop in the field here. And I'll tell you what, this is one heck of a race up here between 2nd and 3rd. Come to the line with 12 seconds to go in the race here, folks. And they are 18.8 seconds behind Tony Klusterman. Manley all over the back of them. Oh, man, he comes really close here. I mean to tell you, they're almost touching right there going into the turn. Awesome racing between those two. More pretty close here was was. Victor Morgan, Mark Jones, pretty close to one another. Here for 7th and 8th. Michael Hilscher and Ben Galit. Galit got around Spantic. Spantic goes back to 11th. Clyde Whiting's back to 12th again. Oh, must have been something happened to Clyde there. I did not see. He was just in the top 10. Nobody wants to stop for tires. I can assure you that. This is just, if you stop for tires, you're going to be pretty much a lap down in a hurry or pretty close to it. Hang him right on his tail, maybe looking to pass. Oh, no, 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 no. Clyde Whiting. Oh, no. Let's see what happened here. He overdrove that turn. The car lifted right there, and it kind of got a little loose on him. Let's see, right about here's where he overdrives this turn. And it's like the car just about, he locked up the brakes is what happened. Oh, and he gets into the wall, so tough break for Clyde Whiting. Oh, man. Because we were just on him when that happened, luckily. But he is going to go back to 15th now. Back up to the front here because we have a challenge for second between John Manley and Vitt Solomon, and Manley gets back around Vitt. Man, this has been some great racing between those two. But I'll tell you what, Doman Ganter has caught up to them. Got enough for quite a few more laps yet, so he may be reeling them in for a challenge for second and third. And definitely, clearly, the fastest lap out here today has been Tony Kloosterman with a 1 minute 40.39 seconds. Heck, I think that was faster than his qualifying time. His qualifying time was a 1 minute 43. Now that ain't right. That ain't right. That's his fastest time there. I think that's backwards. Fastest time was 1 minute 40. That may not be right. This not really that accurate. Not something that you want to bank on for sure. Manley with Vitt Solomon on his tail. Now Manley a little loose. Driving the wheels off of that thing right now, trying to stay ahead of Vitt Solomon. He knows the minutes are counting down here. Coming down to 7 minutes to go, folks, so not many laps, and they will completed this first 30-minute session here. And we'll be taking a short intermission while we get switched over to the second round. And that's a 60-minute session, so you'll have to give us just a few minutes and we'll be right over there in that. Manley's starting to put a little distance on Vitt there, but Vitt does catch him on a couple of the corners. Enter right there. Dan Lenson is a few seconds behind these guys, but still hanging on to a top 5. Craig Barson, 6th place. Victor Morgan, 7th. Mark Jones, 8th. Michael Hilscher, 9th. And Steven Spantic back into the 10th place. after he took it out into the sand there a little bit, and he got it gathered back up, and he has passed up a couple cars to get back into the top 10. And Galit, Dave Jansen, teammates working there in the Discord cars, running in 11th and 12th. Brightwell back here in 13th. Clyde Whiting 14th. Was the biggest mover in the race there earlier, and now he finds himself back in 14th. Robert Lundgren started 22nd, picked up 7 positions, gets into the 15th place. Still on the lead lap. Bill Schweitzer, another one, still on the lead lap here. Started 18th and running in 16th. About 4 seconds behind Robert Lundgren. Now, Boosland goes a lap down. I think he made a pit stop. Didn't like the tires or may have used them up. Same with Peter Bingham. Peter Bingham out of shape. Let's see what happened to him. Tough break for Peter. He just looped it around right there. He gets out of shape. Tries to save it, oversteers it, and spins it around, but gets it back going. And didn't hit anything. That's the best part, when you don't hit anything. Claude Belval is the last one on the track right here, 19th position. New guy, definitely. I don't recall him last 2 weeks ago. Claude Belval. But Tony Kloosterman with a 26-second lead. I mean to tell you, and it's just been a flawless run for him today. At the line, it's going to be about 3 minutes and 45 seconds left in this first round. Stanley in second. Ganter did get around Vitt Solomon. Eventually, I figured that was probably going to happen. But he's going to take that podium seat there, third place, away from Vitt. After starting 7th place today, he's done his work. Now he's just got to maintain it. He's got to stay ahead of Vitt. Vitt out of shape. What a save by Vitt Solomon. I think his tires are just about gone. He was racing it so hard there with John Manley for so long. And I think he's just used them tires up. Still a solid top 4 finish here for Vitt. And Dan Lenson, same way. Solid finish for him after starting 9th. That's great. Definitely a hard-charging driver right there, Dan Lenson. He is pretty good on the wheel. Greg Barson in 6th. He's been blinking a little bit on me, so I can't stay on him too long. Victor Morgan, 7th place. After starting 11th, did pick up 4 positions, so that's great for him. Mark Jones picking up 5 positions from the 13th up to 8th. Michael Hilscher coming from 14th to 9th, and he's got company back here. Dan Lenson and Ben Galit, excuse me. These guys teammates, and they're racing each other pretty hard right now, having a little fun. Looks like Galit's going to hang on to the top 10 here. But we're going to get up on the leader here because he may be coming to take his last lap here. He'll be getting the white flag here right directly, folks. I do believe this may be the last lap because depending on where he's at, where the timing loop is. Stay on Tony here for a couple minutes. And we'll try to get a word in with him real quick before we go switch over to the other server. Try to get a word in with him and see what he's got planned up for the round 2 here coming right up after this, folks. Try to get a word in with Tony. They may get one more lap in. Yep, he'll get one more lap in. This will be the final lap right here. He's got a 28.5 second lead over second place, John Manley. Manley looks like he's got it pretty much sewed up here for second. Doman Ganter in third. Fitz Solomon fourth, and Dan Lenson. That'll round out your top 5 here for round number 1 as the white flag comes out for Tony Kloosterman. Let's see if he can make it to victory lane. Just a couple more turns for Tony, and he will lock this one up. The 30-minute round will be his for the taking. Closest competitor, John Manley, is 29.5 seconds behind him. This is going to be it right here, wrapping it up for the 30-minute round. Tony Kloosterman for the win here, folks. Congratulations to him for grabbing the win in round number 1. A 30-minute round here. So we will get a word in with him real quick before we do get to the next server. So stay with us here for a minute, and then we'll give you a rundown real quick. Let me grab Tony and get him down here so we can talk to him. Tony Kloosterman, you got a copy? Tony? Tony Kloosterman, do you have a copy? In TeamSpeak here, brother. Well, we'll give him a second here, but let me run down through the final results real quick here with you folks before we get a word in with him. Tony Kloosterman grabbing the win here. John Manley second. Doman Ganter in third. Fitz Solomon fourth. Dan Lenson finishing fifth. Craig Barson sixth. Victor Morgan seventh. Mark Jones eighth. Steven Spantic, our championship point leader right now, he will finish ninth. Dave Jansen in 10th. Ben Galete finishing 11th. Michael Hilscher in 12th. Richard Brightwell 13th. Clyde Whiting finishing 14th. Bill Schweitzer 15th. Robert Lundgren 16th. Gene Boosland back in 17th. Peter Bingham 18th. Claude Belval in 19th. John Edwards finishing in the 20th position.
Hey, Rudy, how are you?
There you are. Hey, Tony. Well, congrats on your win here for the first round of the 30-minute round. How was the racing out there? I mean, you had definitely pulled away from the field by over 29 seconds. Tell me about the racing.
Yeah, it was pretty quiet, actually. It was lonely out there, but it looked like there was a great race happening for second, third, and fourth. I saw in my relative that was back and forth a number of times, so it must have been exciting to watch.
Oh, it was. It was. Well, I mean, you didn't get a whole lot of camera time, Tony, because you kind of were out there stinking up the show a little.
Sorry about that.
Well, what do you got? What do you got planned up for round two? Because I know you're going to want to get going so we can get over there. But what do you got planned up for round two? Same thing.
Yeah, it's I think it's going to be a 2 pit stop race. So I just got to do some fuel calculations. That 30-minute race went a lap longer than what I figured it would. So I think we're going to do 35 laps in the long race, and it's going to mean 2 pit stops for everybody.
There's no way you can save enough fuel, you think?
Not me, no.
No, with a hammer down. Nope. Well,
Vit might be able to, but you really, really have to stretch it. I think we only have 14.8 gallons, and I'm using 1.1 per gallon, so that'd be pretty tough.
Yeah, he said that you're only going to have 50% fuel next race.
Yeah, it'll be really tough to save enough fuel to make it to the end on 1 pit stop. And so we're just going to go out there, we're going to put down laps and make sure we have enough of a gap that it's not going to be a factor.
Well, now let me ask you, being that's only going to be 50% fuel, is that going to make the car light enough that it's going to be a little more difficult to handle, or are you prepared for that?
Yeah, I'm prepared for it. The weather condition is going to be a little bit different because we're going from an afternoon race to a late afternoon race. So I expect that the temperatures may be a little bit cooler, which in turn may make the track a little bit faster. So when the track's faster, we're going to use a little bit more fuel, right?
There you go. Yeah, you are right. All right. Well, Tony, congrats on your first winning here on the first segment, and we'll see you in the second one. Congrats again, buddy.
Thanks a lot, Rudy. We'll see you in a bit.
All right. All right, folks, we'll be right back with round two. Just give me a minute to get over there and stay with us. Don't go anywhere. We don't want to lose you. Just give us a few minutes to get over there. We'll have cars rounding the field again. All right, folks, we're back with round 2 here, getting everything finished up and getting everything in order for you guys to watch round 2. 60 minutes here for this round, and I think it'll be pretty good racing. I am going to take just a short little break here and step away. I'll play some free, keep you entertained here while these guys are practicing, and I'll be right back. All right, coming down to about a minute and a half before qualifying. And then we'll be on to the last race here.
Ready, green, 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 green.
All right, on to qualifying now. Let's see who can get the fastest qualifying time. All right, a little less than 2 minutes away here. Qualifying will be over. We'll get everybody gridded up. They have a 1 hour race looking at them, folks. They will be running a 50% fuel load this time. And we will see 2 pit stops, probably by everybody. Bet Solomon has won both of the feature race seasons. This is kind of a side note for you. Hey Kevin, how you doing? Well, folks, that looks like that's going to wrap up qualifying. Got a couple seconds left here. Thanks for joining us, folks. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to like the video while you're here. All right, let's get down here and see where everybody did qualify. That off there. Thank you very much. Okay, starting on the pole, Tony Klusterman, won the first round here a little bit ago. He will take over the pole again. Doman Ganter in second. Dan Linson takes third. John Manley starting fourth. Victor Morgan fifth place. Craig Barson in sixth. Dan Jensen in seventh. Vitt Solomon back in eighth place. He'll have to come from the eighth place. John Edwards starting ninth. Steven Spantic 10th. Mark Jones in 11th. Claude Belval in 12th place. Peter Bingham starting 13th. Richard Brightwell 14th. Clyde Whiting starting 15th. Ben Galit 16th. Bill Schweitzer 17th. Dave Booten in 18th. Ronald Moon starting 19th. Mike Hilscher in 20th. That'll wrap up the field. I'm not in the race. Well, let's get up here to Tony Kloosterman. These guys get ready to take off. Just a second.
Caution somewhere, caution.
Here we go, folks.
Ready, green, 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 green.
And there's the green flag, and we're off and going. Everybody smoking them tires to get going. Kloosterman trying to jump and get that advantage that he had before in the last round. Oh, somebody off in the grass, and uh-oh. Something happened to him. They got disqualified or something there. That was Doman Ganter. Well, that quickly put Dan Linson in second place. He's in a different car this time. Okay. Not in his Pokemon car. John Manley in third. What happened to Vitt Solomon? But he went backwards really quick after that restart. Started eighth. He's got heavy damage on his car too. I did not see what happened there. Must have been something happened in turn one. He'll pick up one position here, but boy, he's going to have to drive a damaged car throughout the race. Hopefully they can get that fixed up. The whole fender's missing. Victor Morgan in fourth. Second and third still battling with each other. Dan Linson and John Manley. Pretty tight battle here. Both of them running different paint schemes here, different cars than they ran in the last round. Oh, no, that's Clyde. Okay. Tony's still the leader. I don't know why it does that when it puts somebody that's out. Claude Belval is actually on pit road, so it kind of put him in first place there for a minute, but he is actually not the leader. Tony Kloosterman is actually. Linson and Manley so close together, and quite busy behind them. There's quite a pack of cars just waiting, pouncing here, ready to take over them positions if something happens up there. Another big pack of them here. Spantic, points leader in the championship, in 8th place. Arson right there in 9th. Enkelite 10th place. 15.5 seconds behind the leader already. Oosterman just pulling away. He's out there 5.1 seconds already, folks. In the first, 4 minutes of the race, he's already 5 seconds ahead. It's Solomon up to 11th. So he's picking up some positions that he lost. A long ways to go. He's 20 seconds behind the leader at the moment. Kind of grudge driving that thing right now, trying to get back up to the leader. Wilshire and Whiting in a battle. Also Dave Luton. Driving the Discord car. Benson and Manley still close. And they do have company. Victor Morgan, Dave Jansen, close by. So they've been joining in on this fight here for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, folks. I think Lenson was expecting this much company up here, but Manley, which ran really well in that last round, is keeping the pressure on Lenson pretty heavy duty right now. Oh, he pulls out. The drag race. Both drivers did an excellent job through the S there. Did real well. That's usually a kind of a tough corner. Oh, Lenson off in the grass and the sand, and that opened the door up for Manley. And he took advantage of it real quick. Lenson trying to fight back on the inside there, but I don't know. He may have him here. Let's see what he does here, going into the corner. No, Lenson can't do it. Manley picking up a position there, goes into the 2nd place. We may have a fight here for 4th, 5th, and 6th. Don Edwards in the fight right here with these guys. We got more of them catching up here. Mark Jones, Stephen Pantic, and Craig Barson. These guys have all caught up to them. Pantic, Barson actually missing the whole hood on his car. So, folks, if you see a hood laying out in the grass or something that belongs to Craig Barson, he's looking for it. You turn it into the information booth there, and we'll make sure that he gets it to get it back on that car. Let's just hope it didn't fly up in the grandstand somewhere and hit somebody. That's the only thing we really care about. Safety's first, right? May have somebody else that's Victor Morgan. Not sure what happened to him. People could be having connection issues today. I don't know. That's kind of weird. He was running up there like in the top 5. Now he is nowhere even seen. Dropped back to 17th, but going to be further than that here shortly. Doman Ganter about to go a lap down as the leader is catching up to him. You can see the leader coming up on him real quick here, Tony Kloosterman. Tony has a 12.2 second lead over second place John Manley, and he is closing the gap here on Doman Ganter. He wants to try to stay on that lead lap if at all possible, but boy, for him to do that for the next 49 minutes, I don't know if he's going to hold Kloosterman off that long. Kloosterman right there, ready to get by him and put him a lap down. And yes, Victor Morgan does go, is officially fallen out of the race. Elval back on the track here now, but he is going to be a lap down. Ronald Moon's 15th. Didn't see the usual horsepower out of him in that first round, but hopefully he can make up a little better time this round. Started 19th and is into the 15th position. Richard Brightwell lost a couple of positions there not long after the start of the race, and he's back to 16th. Peter Bingham, he's lost quite a few spots. He's back in 17th. Doman Ganter, like I said, a lap down. Claude Belval is back out there on the track. He is a lap down. But we still have not seen anything out of Victor Morgan rejoining the race or anything. Manley trying to chase Kloosterman down. But remember 2 weeks ago, Kloosterman made a big mistake there on the last couple of laps. And it cost him the race. Vitt Solomon kind of just pretty much stole that race from him. But let's just hope that that does not happen this week with Tony Kloosterman. Go back here and check on Vitt Solomon. Kind of favored to win here today, or at least give Kloosterman a run for his money. He's back in 9th place, though, 26 seconds behind the leader. And Galit having a little better run today than he was having yesterday. Or, excuse me, earlier, not yesterday. A little bit better run today. Get up here back on Craig Barson. These two battling. Bit Solomon looking for a way to get around Craig. Craig does have a little damage on his car. Might be affecting the slow, how this slows down. But with missing that hood, that's kind of like a big parachute on that car. That could have trouble getting by him. Eventually, probably will. Stay here on this battle here for a few minutes and see if Vic can get by him. Doesn't look like Mark Jones is making too awful much of an issue out of it. At least he's probably not near driving right now, just so he knew where everybody was at. But Lincoln going on, but Vet right there in ninth place, trying to get up there for a win tonight. At least a little closer to the front and on the podium. Well, thanks, Kevin. I hope you're enjoying the show. One to go a lap down is going to be Peter Bingham, a minute 24 seconds behind the leader, but Kloosterman is closing. Only about 10 seconds behind him at the moment. Let's ride around here with the Speed Demon, Tony Kloosterman, for a minute. We'll see how things look from his perspective. Alright, he's definitely hooked up. On Edwards. And on the fourth, Spantig moving even closer to the front after a 10th place start, up to 5th, breaking into the top 5 here today. That's how you hold on to the points right there. Point lead. Mark Jones, 6th place. Craig Barson, 7th. And Vic Solomon close by, still trying to work over Barson to get by him. Back into the 8th place after we've seen him, something happened to him there on the start of the race. He drifted way back in the field, and now he is back into 8th and looking to get by Barson side by side. Whoa, almost cost him the car right there. Both of them coming to pit road. Making one of their 2 pit stops here, folks. You get about 24 to 28 minutes on a tank of fuel. And I'm not sure where they pitted. Don't see them. Here they come. Okay, they're coming off pit road now, or down pit road, I guess. Coming off pit road. They're done. So now as they come back out, they re-enter the race. They're going to be way back in the field, but just knowing the leader has got to eventually come to pit road, and I kind of expect him to be on pit road here probably in the next couple of minutes. He'll be within that window, probably in the next 2 to 5 minutes. He'll be coming down pit road. And Manley has lost a lot of ground to Tony, but he is still in that second place, and he's got about a 4.7 second lead, excuse me, over Dan Jansen. Stevens Pantake goes into fourth. Mark Jones in fifth place. Then to lead up to sixth. Dan Clenson is in seventh. And I see some pretty heavy damage on that right rear corner, folks. Take a look at the back of that a little closer. Yeah, he's missing quite a bit of a fender there. The whole back part of that fender, so it looks like he's gotten into something. But he seems to be okay. Doesn't seem to be affecting the handling of the car or anything. So that's always a good thing. First car that pitted was John Edwards. First entry to pit road back in 11th place. Richard Brightwell, which has not been to pit road yet, in 12th. And there back, it looks like we've got quite a few guys that have pitted. Craig Barson, of course, and Vitt Solomon, those two pitted together. And they still come out and stayed on the lead lap, but not far ahead of the leader, Tony Klusterman, just about 15 seconds behind those two. But Tony's going to have to be making a pit stop here right directly. Yep, here he comes. Heading in now. These guys, pit road is way down. I'm not sure exactly why they, guess they did that for a reason. But Tony stops in his pit stall. takes forever to put fuel in these. He's away. Also in is John Manley. And Steven Spantig, Mark Jones, Ben Galit. You guys all come to pit road. Manley will come out third. Leader right now is Dan Lenson, but I have a funny feeling we'll be seeing him come to pit road this time. I don't believe Dan's been saving any fuel. He may just stay out to lead a lap if he's got enough fuel to make it back around for another lap to come to pit road. That's the thing these guys have got to calculate out. Want to lead a lap? Did he save enough fuel to do it? Boosterman is already gaining ground on him. He's only 8.5 seconds behind right now in second place. And he's coming to pit road. He'll cross that line to grab a point before. Nope, Klosterman will grab that. So that'll make Klosterman lead all the laps so far in the race. For Manley, that he comes around, he will go into second. And Lenson just still sitting on pit road. Don Edwards going to third. And everybody has completed their first pit stop of the race here, folks. And Klosterman does take it over. Manley second. Oh, God. Somebody just spun out right there. Peter Bingham. Gets it going. Manley second now, 21 seconds behind our leader, Tony Klosterman. And I'll bet you he was wishing he was right up there tangling up with him right now for this win. They're almost at the halfway mark here, folks. Another 3 minutes will be at the halfway mark. Those of you that stuck in here and helped keep me company here in chat this afternoon, we appreciate it very, very much. Big news here in recent week here was we were joined by Daryl Cronkright with MaxSpeedTV 4. So make sure you look at him on YouTube, folks, and bookmark that page or subscribe to it, like it, whatever. We'll be running a limited schedule, but it is up on the website as well. When his next broadcast is, I think it's in another. I think it's tonight. I think. Actually, I'll have to look and see, but. Yeah, give him a warm welcome, MaxSpeedTV4. We were joined just recently here by Stephen Parks with MaxSpeedTV3. These guys all have their own schedule. We'll try to keep up to date there with everything on the website, so you know when the next broadcast is. You set a reminder on the YouTube channel, you'll actually get a reminder that the race is being broadcasted, and right in and watch it right on the channels. Dave Jansen, 4th place. Mantic up to 5th after starting in 10th. Dan Lenson, 6th place, and quite the traffic behind him. Mark Jones, Craig Barson, and Ben Galit. Ed Solomon, we were kind of wondering if he was going to be able to get back up there. He's back in 12th right now, but whoa, really loose right there on Michael Hilscher's tail. Car got a little tail happy on him right there. Clyde Whiting just a couple of positions ahead of Vitt in 10th. A lot of brakes being locked up today, I noticed. Man. Hilscher with Vitt Solomon on his tail. Vitt's doing everything he can to try to get by Hilscher, and he's been just totally unsuccessful at it. That's what you call some close racing right there. Look at that. That's a lot of control going on by Vitt Solomon right there, not to get into the tail of Michael Hilscher. Close. Man, is that close. That's not a place where you'd want to lock up the brakes either. Got to be right on the ball. When you see them brake lights go on, man, you got to be right on the ball to get right on it. So, and then you take a chance of, if that's a place that he made a mistake and you try to get by him, you got to be back in the gas at the right time to make sure you do clear them. So these three here having a great time racing each other. That is 10th, 11th, and 12th. Mark Jones in company here with Craig Barson, Ben Galit. Three still pretty tight in a battle. They actually caught up to Dan Lenson. All right, first car lap down, Dave Luton. Lincoln going on there by Dave. Doman Ganter in 6th place, or excuse me, 15th place. Peter Bingham 16th. Nice looking car. Love the wheels. Love the wheels there, Peter. Yeah, it's a sharp looking car. I'm not saying I like that's kind of like a dark blue, almost a purple color on the wheels, which is pretty cool. I mean, I thought at first when I looked at it, it was like a purple. Not a big purple fan, but it looks pretty good. You can't hardly argue that fact. It does look great. Ronald Moon in 17th. Lap down already. Bill Schweitzer on pit road. Hanley driving the wheels off of that car, I'm telling you. Similar situation a couple of weeks ago when Klusterman was leading the race, and it was a couple to go or something, I forget now, but he lost the car, hit the wall, and got a lot of damage on it. Vitt Solomon went by and collected the win 2 weeks ago, folks, so you can look that up on my YouTube channel there if you want and check out that race. It was a great race. Yeah, I don't see a whole lot of battling on, just these guys are battling right now. Dan Lenson, Mark Jones, Craig Barson, and Ben Galit are in a pretty good battle. 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. Vitt Solomon kind of clears a lot of cars and gets out here by himself. He is 1 minute and 22 seconds behind the leader, hoping to get back up there to the leader. Has made his final pit stop of the day here, folks. Now this could be interesting. This is a little strategy that could be into play right now in the Vitt Solomon camp, where him making his final pit stop. Let's see how much of that gap he can close down on Tony Klusterman. I thought Vitt had it mapped out just a little different there, and looking pretty good. So we'll see now. He's going to make this 2-stop work for him. But it's a strategy. Every driver out here's got their own strategy going into the round. Vitt's already got his figured out. He pitted with about around 28 minutes of the race left, 26 minutes, somewhere along there. But he has it all figured out now that he can make it the rest of the way on fuel. Vitt very much noted for saving fuel. I believe today he has showed that he can save fuel and be in a respectable position here coming down to the end of the race. Oh, he ain't going to do it that way by locking them up. And Galit, Craig Barson in a battle. Dan Lenson and Mark Jones still racing around each other here. 22 minutes to go in the race here, folks. Brightwell. Him and Doman Ganter in a very good battle back here for 11th and 12th. They are both a lap down, but battling for position. Luton, 13th. Peter Bingham in 14th. Michael Hilscher, 15th. Ronald Moon, 16th. Clyde Whiting making his final pit stop is in 17th. That's the thing. A lot of these guys are going to have to come to pit road one more time. But some of these guys toward the back have already made their last pit stop, second and final pit stop. Bingham, Hilscher, Moon, Whiting, and Vitt Solomon is now back on pit road. Yep. Back on pit road. Something he did not like about them tires. Alright. He goes a lap down now. Another one on pit road, John Edwards. He stops to make his final pit stop. Lusterman with a 26.7 second lead over John Manley. Dave Jansen in the Discord car in third place. Coming from 7th today. Still has to make his final pit stop. Run around through the field here and see where everybody started and where they're running at currently. Tony Klusterman started on the pole and has led all of the laps so far, has made only one pit stop. Needs to make his second and final pit stop, which he probably should make here in about the next 10 to 12 minutes. Don Manley started 4th, running in 2nd. Dave Jansen started 7th, running in 3rd. Steven Spantic started 10th place, running in 4th. Dan Lenson started 3rd, running in 5th. Mark Jones started 11th, running in 6th. Ben Galit back here in 7th place after starting 16th. Pretty good comeback. Don Edwards started 9th, running in 8th. Greg Barson a lap down, started 6th place, running in 9th. Richard Brightwell started 14th, running in the 10th position. Rounds out your top 10 there, folks. Alright, coming down to about 16 minutes and 45 seconds here of race left for Tony Klusterman. Let's hope he can hold it together for this victory. and sweep both races on tonight's events here. Yeah, the 30-minute race we had just previous to this, he wound up winning that, and now he's looking for round 2 win here as well. Hanley's still holding on to second place. Has really been driving that car just perfectly today. A flawless run for him today. This has been great. He is 30 seconds behind Klusterman, but still second place. It doesn't matter where you finish. As long as you're in second, that's the main thing that counts. Could be a couple of laps down as long as you got second. John Edwards, last one on the lead lap. Ways ahead of the leader right now. Not far ahead of the leader. Boosterman actually coming around here will be about probably 10 seconds behind John Edwards right now to put him a lap down. Oh, more than that, about maybe 14 seconds. About 14 seconds. Jones passing up Manley and Spantic both coming to pit road for their final pit stop, and Manley is away already. Spantic sitting there now getting his service done. And Galeek comes to pit road as well. Spantic is away, making his final pit stop here with 13 minutes to go. Fitz Solomon off in the grass. I don't know if we can get a look here, see what happened to Vitt. Oh, lost it coming out of the turn and into the fence hard. Oh, man. Tough break for Vitt. Just wasn't his day today. Get the back going, but he's going to be way back in the field, 12th position. Now with a damaged car, he's going to have to be very careful. Keep an eye on them temperatures and make sure that engine doesn't let go coming up on these closing laps. I'm going to stay up here on Klusterman as he just made his final pit stop. Jansen is just now coming to pit road. He took over second. Dan Lenson gets by. And he's away. Yeah, Jensen just rolled into second, but he's got to make his final pit stop too. Only 20 seconds behind Tony Klusterman, and Tony just got done making his final pit stop. Folks, I got to step away for 1 second. I will be right back. I'll keep you on the leader here for a minute. 21.4 seconds back to Dan Lenson, second place. And he still has to make his pit stop. As far as I can tell, I don't think I've made a mistake on that, or IRTBO giving me the wrong thing here, but it's showing him and Doma Ganter have not been on pit road for their second pit stop. So I don't know. We'll keep an eye on this. Manley, third place. And I think this is what Manley's already considering, that, he's hoping Dan Lenson does have to pit. And that will put him right back into second place. John Edwards, fourth. Dave Jansen, fifth. Steven Spantig, the championship points leader at the moment here, folks. Started 10th today, running in 6th. Greg Barson in 7th. Mark Jones 8th. Ben Galit 9th. Doma Ganter just stops for his final pit stop. So only one more driver is not pitted yet, and that's Dan Lenson. I do believe he's going to have to stop. He may just stop and take a splash of gas, but these things fill very, very slow. He may not even take tires. He may just take a 5 gallon of gas, enough to get him to the end. But it's still not going to get him a second place finish here, because Manley is really not that far behind him. Coming to 8 minutes to go in the event here, folks. Again, thanks for joining us here on MaxSpeedTV. Make sure you check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/MaxSpeedTV. And also check out our website at MaxSpeedTV.com. We have MaxSpeedTV 1, 2, 3, and 4 now. So broadcasting is pretty much covered anywhere you want to go. You can tune into each one of the channels there. And some of them we even have overlapping broadcasts at the same time. So you can actually tune into both at the same time if you wanted. You can look up a thing called YouTube Doubler. YouTube Doubler, and you can have both broadcasts going at the same time. That would be kind of cool. Six and a half minutes left for Tony Kloosterman. He's in search of victory lane here today. It's what he's been looking for the last 54 minutes. Looking for victory lane. That's a heck of a way to find it, though. You have to drive 60 minutes to find victory lane. Done an outstanding job today, Tony Kloosterman, winning the first round there, the 30-minute round just previous to this. That's pretty cool. Oh, just kind of a reminder here, folks. I just kind of wanted to remind you here some of the things that's happening at pitlanes.com. Stephen or Stefan, I'm not sure if it's Stephen or Stefan. Everybody pronounces it different. Stefan Spantig leads the overall championship coming into today. Team Pokies, which is Dan Lenson and John Edwards, lead in the team championship. Clyde Whiting leads the Ford championship. Stefan Spantig leads the Holden championship. And the UK leads the club championship. They have actually a club championship. And Clyde Whiting is currently the cleanest driver based on incidents per corner. So that is really, really awesome. That's quite a trophy to fill right there, having the cleanest race each and every week. And Clyde Whiting takes that trophy so far in the season. Vitt Solomon back on pit road again. What happened to Vitt? Where did he go? There he is, sitting along the edge of the track. Hey, you don't know what happened to Vitt. Looks like he just towed it to pit road. Looks like a heavy hit on pit road. Well, Kloosterman now with a 41.2 second lead over second place. He has not let off that gas all day long, has been hitting his marks perfectly here, and he is just a couple laps short of the victory over John Manley. Manley does go back into second now. It's going to start dropping a lot of positions there. It don't look like he's going to get back out though. That's a tough break. Edwards third. Dave Jansen fourth, and rounding out the top five here, Stefan Pantig. The Black Adder. That is a Holden. Gosh, I can't remember. Expect me to remember that stuff. Jeez. Really? I believe John Manley is in the... he's in the Ford. No, he's not in the Ford. That is... Oh, there ain't a whole lot of Fords out here, is there? On Edwards, nope. I don't see too many drivers in the Ford. It looks like the Holden's been dominating the field here today. There's the Ford Falcon. That says Fusion on it, but it's not a Fusion Falcon. That's the first one, Craig Barson. That is closest to the front here of the Ford drivers today. Ben Galit back here in ninth is in Holden. Lots of Holdens out here. Boy, not too many people driving the Ford Falcons anymore. There's Richard Brightwell in a Ford Falcon. All right, Kloosterman comes around here. It's probably about one lap away from a victory here today. He'll cross the finish line here in just a minute and probably be his final lap of the race here, folks. Second lead. Crossing the line here, taking his final lap of the race here, folks. Tony Kloosterman gonna sweep the races here tonight. Tonight, whatever you want to call it. But this will be his final lap of the race here. 30 seconds left in the race. He'll be getting the white flag here right directly. And this will be it for Tony Kloosterman, 49.4 seconds ahead of second place. Simability. It's actually, I believe he told me that they have a Facebook page, Simability. What they do is they make racing
White
rigs.
flag, nice and smooth.
They make racing rigs for people that have disabilities. So look them up there on Facebook, folks, and I could probably find out if they have a website. But I guess they've got some pretty cool looking stuff for people that have disabilities. Yeah, I remember him telling me that here a couple of weeks ago when I talked to him, and after he wrecked out of that second race and Vitt Solomon won it, I talked to Tony and he filled us in on what the Simability was. They make rigs for people on disability. 50.3 seconds. Final lap for Tony Kloosterman. Passing up more and more cars. Only 9 cars on the lead lap at the moment. Ben Galit, the next one to go a lap down, just ahead of the leader. But Kloosterman comes around. This will be the final one for him. Bringing it to victory lane. Sweeping the week here for Tony Kloosterman for pitlanes.com, folks. Great racing by Tony Kloosterman. And we will get a word in with him in just a minute. Let me see if I can find him. Tony Kloosterman, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, Rudy.
Well, you did it, brother. You swept the weekend here. Man, how good does this feel?
Feels pretty good. You know, it was a good race for me. It just put out laps. Traffic was really good, other than one little incident with Dave Lupton there where he spun at the chicane as I was coming up behind him, but everything was really well. Went according to plan.
Well, very good. Well, you had about almost a 51-second lead over second place. And I'll tell you what, man, that was some good racing back in the pack. It really was. Vitt wasn't up there giving you a hard time today, so how does that make you feel? Not having to worry about looking in your rearview mirror and seeing him.
Well, I was actually kind of surprised because Vitt's usually very quick. So, yeah, I'm sure he's going to come back at the next race. I'm going to continue to help out the guys with setups during the weeks and the practices, and hopefully everybody gains some speed.
Very good. Well, I know this doesn't pertain to this, Tony, but I know I helped you out the other day. How did everything come out on that? Because I didn't hear anymore.
Yeah, I'm going to get back with you next week, and we're going to work on it some more. I'm not quite happy with the quality of the replays, and we're going to get those replays where they're going to really help some of the guys out in the field.
Very good, very good. All right, well, congrats on your win here today. A two-bagger, man. That's pretty cool to win both of them back to back. That's pretty awesome. Well, anybody you want to give a thank you out to for this win today, Tony?
Well, obviously, my team, Never Quit Racing, and Simability, as I mentioned on the last broadcast. Simability is a company that creates hand controls for disabled people, and it's really good to see them in victory lane.
Yeah, and I was just touching on that here a few minutes ago as you were coming around making your last lap. And you said they had a Facebook page, correct?
Yes, sir, they do.
Just look up Simability on Facebook?
Yes, sir.
Very cool, very cool. What about a website? Do they have a website?
No, not as yet.
Not of yet. Okay. Well, you can check them out, folks, here on Facebook, and please do. You know somebody has a disability, they've got some pretty cool stuff to really help them out. And Tony, you know, I wanted to thank you for kind of bringing that on board. You know, I'm a disabled person myself, and I spent 4 months of my life in a wheelchair. I would not wish that on my worst enemy, and because I had no feeling from the waist down. I was paralyzed, and so I can imagine how that would feel to have something like that at your grasp to go get, and you know, a company like that to help out people that do have disabilities like that and have hand control. So people, please check out that on Facebook. Excuse me. Well, Tony,
thanks, Rudy.
Tony, thank you and congrats on your win. Go celebrate, my friend, because, man, that was one heck of a piece of driving again this week.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right. Let's run down through the results here, folks. Tony Klusterman coming home with the win here tonight. John Edwards second. Wow, what happened to John Manley? He must have slipped because he was second. Anyhow, Edwards will bring home second place. Dave Jansen in third. Dan Lenson fourth. John Manley fifth. Stefan Spantig in sixth place. That's our points leader coming into this week. I'm not sure if he still is the points leader or not. Mark Jones in seventh. Ben Galit eighth. Craig Barson ninth place, and Michael Hilscher in 10th. Doman Ganser in 11th place, Richard Brightwell 12th, Clyde Whiting will finish 13th, Peter Bingham in 14th, Claude Belval in 15th, Ronald Moon 16th, Fitz Solomon will finish clear back in 17th position. No threat to Tony this week for whatever reason, because usually Vitt, I know he's right on top of things. Dave Luton in 18th, Bill Schweitzer 19th, and running out the field, folks, Victor Morgan, first one, I believe he was out of the race. He did not finish the race. All right, well, again, congratulations to Tony Klusterman, folks. Thanks for tuning in this week for pitlanes.com. Thanks for watching on MaxSpeedTV. Till next time, stay safe and have a good night.